hopefully yours will be fine.
Yeah, I'll wait for mine to go red.
Although, given the number of things that are going wrong.
Oh, mine's
got to go. Have you got one?
I've got one.
We've both got go live buttons. We are live today on Facebook, YouTube, and Nick's Amazon page and my Amazon page with no countdown clock. So you're just going to see us 3, 2, 1. We're here.
Yay!
If I go like this, that's better.
I like that. Okay. I think we can work with that. Good to see something working at long last.
Yeah. That was a big story. I mean, I've got, if I zoom in on me a bit, how does that work? We're on camera number 2 today.
Nice. Yeah.
So I've got the wrong way now. Well, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Right. Considering that this was all pretty last minute. When we say last minute, we mean last minute. And I've just copied the wrong carousel. All right. Okay. So, it's all good. Right. Okay. Facebook copyright story. Angelica's son Martin is in a group called Fleisch. We've been to 3 Fleisch gigs this year, and it's always a good night out in Swindon. And they tour the country. There's an original band. They're not a sort of copy band. They're an original band, original tracks. And they have released 2 singles in the last quarter. And the second one of those is up on Facebook. Well, it was up on Facebook. And then Facebook struck them with a copyright claim.
Oh, no.
An original band getting a copyright claim. I mean, this is just, yeah.
That's just crazy. Have they had any joy with getting it removed?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't know.
But interesting name for a band, Fleisch.
Yeah.
The little German meaning in that, I believe.
It is meat, but there's no rhyme or reason by it. There's just like the sound of the word many years ago.
I know. That was one of my favorites in Germany, Rinderfleisch.
Ah.
But no other reason than I thought it sounded like a reindeer. I was like, reindeer mince, that'll do.
Yeah. Well, we're on a countdown for Germany.
Oh, you're off for Christmas?
Oh, for Christmas in Germany.
Oh,
it doesn't get much better, does it? So a week on Friday, we're headed off.
Beautiful, fantastic.
To shut off. So really looking forward to it. 2 weeks of walking and just relaxing, and no broadcasting on, no PC. I just have the iPad with me, and no broadcasting really. But
cool.
Because I'm on One Stream Live, I can pre-record a show for the 27th, and it will go live on the 27th.
Ah, good point.
So if you see that I'm live on the 27th, I'm actually not. I'm actually walking through a forest. Right.
I'm a touch jealous, I'll be honest.
And I'll report back. And that's followed in February by a trip to Brisbane. So
very nice.
Look forward to.
Say hello to my niece.
Right, now just to show that we've got a carousel number 1, and we have a carousel number 2. Can I? Yes, I can. So we've got 2 carousels.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay, that's your video, isn't it?
That's my video. That's
right.
You
hide that. I'm going to hide that. I didn't mean to show it. Okay, if you're watching us on YouTube, then I've just given you a link to the Lamical tablet stand. If you're watching us on Facebook, I've just given you a link to the Lamical tablet stand, which is $19.99 today when we get around to that.
Yeah. Nearly gave them a link to my cat.
Anything could go wrong today. Anything could go wrong. But at least you can hear me. This is a result.
Yes, your audio is loud and clear and crisp, and
Right.
Perfecto.
And we say hello to Mr. John Upton and hello to Barry Loxton. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. If you want to take part, well, Nick, shall we have the quiz?
Oh, but yeah, as we've got people watching, let's do the quiz.
We'll bring the quiz in. We need help, and we're just going to rearrange things.
Yeah, it was a shocker last week, wasn't it?
And I'm going to bring the quiz over here so everybody can see it. There we are. All good.
Fantastic.
Right, we just need a topic, Nick. Now,
let's go directors.
Directors, then it is. And now we need a year, and we've got from the 1930s. I don't think we'll be hot on that one, would we?
Yeah, good. I think I've struggled on any year, to be honest. I don't know why I picked it.
Shall we go on the 70s?
Yes, why not?
70s. Right, okay. Right, now we've got 10 multiple choice questions. Do you know who directed these famous movies of the 1970s? Film number 1 is The French Connection. Was it John Landis, Alan J. Pakula, Francis Ford Coppola, or William Friedkin? Now, I know Gene Hackman was the star. Does that get us anywhere? Perhaps not.
He said I got 2 in my mind, but they could be wrong. They normally are. So,
as long as one of them's on screen. Nick, do you have something to show us? And I'm going to try and find something that I can show because Nick's in charge today.
That's okay.
I can just sit back.
As you can see, this is it. We are using B.Live, our favorite live streaming software, and we're using the new Teams element. So it means we can actually produce the show together. We've got access to the same things, which is so cool. Really happy with that. Right, now in the carousel, if you're watching, we've got the Nexigo StreamCam N930. Today it is 40% off, so it's under $50, $47.99. And I have it here, just here, in fact. So as you can see, we can attach it to a tripod quite happily. I was making some little Amazon videos this afternoon, and so I've got this as my product camera. So here we have it. So we can also mount it, as you can see here. We can mount it onto our displays quite happily, and it will sit there very nicely. Now, I often say this was the first webcam I had that could rotate 360 degrees, and I get my wires all caught up. But it also, you can go backwards and forwards, and basically it's just sitting on a little ball, and that's really good. So we want to be able to actually really focus where we want to point the camera. Now, the 2 things that I love about this more than anything, and why I think it's still one of the best entry-level webcams, it shoots in 1080 high definition, which is great, but it's also got a built-in noise cancelling microphone. That's great. Lots of cameras have that as well these days. But this is the bit I love. It has got a 3-stage built-in ring light. So we've got light, and when we're doing videos, we need lots of light. So we've got a box light there, I've got ring lights there, I've got another light, the Lightroglow there. And so all of those could go down, and I can actually just use this one in this camera, and it will just light up our faces. So, we're going on video, we want to look as good as we can. Easier for some than others, I'll be honest. But yeah, so light is the way forward. So I do love that. It's also got this cracking little sliding shutter, so that if you're worried about being hacked and someone actually being able to see into your room, see what you've got, see my picture of Desert Orchid, then you can just slide that across. But it also comes with some brilliant software. And we always say, Stephen and I, if something comes with software, for goodness sake, download it and use it. It's there for a reason. And so this allows us with the Nexigo, this allows us to control our exposure, our white balance, backlighting, focus, all manner of different things, all the hue, the color, but also we can actually then do a preset. So if I'm using it in the office like I am today, I've got a preset for the office, so I know what the office is set up, and it's super simple. But then if I'm using it for a cooking video and I'm using it in the kitchen downstairs, wowza, I've got a preset for the kitchen, totally different, and it's fantastic. Saves a lot of time just by using that software. So this is it. It's in the carousel. It is the Nexigo N930E. It's in the carousel for an amazing 40% off. Do go check it out. Pop in your cart. So that is $99. And because I'm co-producing, I can just come off screen like that, which is so cool. But I might have caught Stephen unawares, and I think his microphone might be off. What a good partner, mutes his microphone while
Yeah, I'm muted my
co-host is
mic.
chatting.
Yeah, I'm back now. Okay, just I need to make one adjustment. If I can find the software. No, I can't find the software. Okay, so I'm going to read the quiz again. French Connection, was it directed by John Landis, Alan J. Pakula, Francis Ford Coppola, or William Friedkin? And you got an inkling, Nick.
Oh, I was kind of thinking it was either John Landis or Francis Ford Coppola, but I think it's actually Francis Ford. He was the one I thought of first of all. When the names came up, he was the one I first.
Okay, let's go with Francis Ford Coppola. No,
Or of course, William Friedkin.
of course it was. Oh dear.
Oh, good to see us off to a cracking start, the same as last week. Okay, so who directed this movie? If you're in the 70s and a movie 70 buff, then here we go. So, Chinatown. Yes, was that Martin Scorsese, William Friedkin? I don't think so. Was it Roman Polanski or Franklin J. Schaffner? And while we think about that, who directed Chinatown back in the 70s? Stephen, what is in your carousel today?
Well, I can put myself on screen. Today, you're actually watching a Logitech Brio camera. Nexigo's having a day off. So you've got a different camera today, in case you've noticed from last week. Now, the first item I'm going to talk about is now highlighted down in my carousel on Amazon. And it is these. And these are, without doubt, just a second, my favorite headphones. Be worth waiting for. There they are. Okay, these are the Aftershokz Aeropex. Aftershokz do a wide range of headsets. If you click the link down the carousel, you find out more about Aftershokz and the range that they do, because you're talking about $60, $70 up to $152.10. Now, these are 26% off today. Every morning, I am wearing my Fitbit. I've got my phone and I put my headset on and I go out listening to rock music. And that's the best way to start the day ever. Yeah, because you get your exercise in at the beginning of the day. You're relaxing, listening to music. What better start could you have? These headphones, you forget you're wearing them. They only weigh 28 grams. And they're both waterproof because they're, if you look, they are coated, yeah, all the way around. They are waterproof and sweatproof. And that's important. If you're out exercising, jogging or running, or even cycling, you are going to perspire, you're going to have sweat, and these are sweat resistant. In fact, the charging point, and I'll try and put this near the camera, which is there, is also sweat resistant too. And if there's any moisture in there at all, you cannot charge the headphones. There's going to be no damage. All you do is dry them and try again. How do they work? Basically, what you have is two speakers which vibrate. Vibrations go through your cheekbones to your inner ear, and you can hear music or a podcast. And it's so simple and straightforward because you've got the controls. You can switch on, which is what I'm going to do now. Right, just a minute. I always was you. Welcome to Aftershokz Battery Highs. First thing, so on switch is also an off switch. You can increase volume, decrease volume, skip to next track. You can take a phone call with one click. You can make a phone call with voice dial. But the thing about these is the quality of the sound. They've got a decent bass and a wide frequency range. So you can hear with clarity your favorite music, be it rock or pop or country and western or classical. And Mr. Nick Wood is in the studio and saying, hi, everyone, ask questions and join in the quiz. That's a good idea. Okay, so thanks for watching. And as Nick says, ask questions and join in the quiz because we do need your help with this quiz. Sometimes we pick a quiz and we know the answers, but sometimes we pick a quiz and we haven't got a clue. today may be the second one, so your help is much appreciated. Um, Now, when asked, I mean, I'm in a lot of running groups on Facebook, and when people are asked which headset do you use, they say Aftershocks. Not necessarily this model, but most runners, most outdoor enthusiasts wear Aftershocks as the headset of preference, and that includes myself and Angelica. Um, so they're down the carousel. They're 26% off today, $152.10, saving of $54. I highly recommend them. So do other runners. Let's go back to Nick. One thing is that Nick doesn't take me off screen, so I can just do this. Okay,
Yay!
we're back. Okay,
This
question 2.
This is smooth as silk, our transitions. So question 2, who directed Chinatown? Now, was that Martin Scorsese in the 70s, Martin Scorsese, William Friedkin, Roman Polanski, or Franklin J. Schaffner? And do you have any ideas, Steve?
I've got a choice of 2. I've got Scorsese or Polanski. Do you agree with any one of those?
Those were the 2 that I was thinking as well.
So we've got down to 2.
Yeah. I would go with Scorsese, to be honest.
Right. Okay, we're going to go with Martin Scorsese. 3, 2, 1.
Oh!
Things are not going entirely according to plan today. Never mind. Thank you for watching us live on Amazon. If you have any questions, as Nick said, please do type them in. So, film number 3, The Sting. Was it directed by Francis Ford Coppola, Woody Allen, Martin Scorsese, or George Roy Hill? And whilst we're pondering that, Nick, it's over to you. But you can do this because you can go full screen.
I can indeed. So that's The Sting. Yeah, Robert Redford, Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Doesn't help. so anyway, while we're pondering that one, and if you know the answer, please do type it into the comments section. And if you don't know the answer, please go look it up and then come back and type it into the comments section. Okay, this is in the carousel now. It is on a fantastic discount, 35% off today. It is my favorite, the Blue Yeti, $84.99, and for that you're getting one heck of a microphone. So this is it's got a 3 microphone array microphone, this one. So we've got a few little adjustments we can make. So it can be cardioid, one directional. We have it as one direction, which I normally do. Now let me just switch it over, because I just realized I'm on my lapel mic. So let's switch it over so you can actually hear said Yeti. Boom, boom, shake the room. There we go, that's better. So we are now on the Blue Yeti. This is on cardioid. We can switch the button here, and then we can move it to bi-directional as well. And then we can put it over to another section, and that then will be omnidirectional. So if Fleisch were playing, we wanted to record them maybe, or if my little niece's band came over from Oz, we could have that on omnidirectional. We can also put it onto stereo. So we're going to be on, moving from one side to the other, have it in each ear. Superb. Now, one of the things I always recommend is the gain, and it might just be on mine, I don't know, but the gain on the Yeti is fairly, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't think. It's very good. Sensitive, that's the word. So when you go in, plugs into a USB-C, so just plug it in the back of your Mac or your PC or laptop or anywhere else. And then you can just go into the microphone settings, and then you'll have then you should have a gain play around button, and so you can then get the gain to be just exactly as you like it. If I switch this one right up and the fan on the Mac kicked in, you'd actually hear it. That's how good it is. Anyway, you're going to sound a little bit different now because I'm turning it around. On the other side, we have a volume control, and that's the volume for a set of headphones. So we have here a little headphone jack socket, so we can put the headphones in. That way we can actually hear what we sound like on the microphone. Up above here, of course, we've got the red button. This is the pause button, so this will hold the mic. So if you're going to cough or sneeze, you don't want to blow everyone's ears out, press that. But of course, remember to press it again. We've all been there, we've all done it, where we've been chatting away and no one can hear us. We haven't pressed the button properly. It comes with this lovely little desk mount stand, a nice little felt type bottom to it, so there's no vibration, but it's got the universal mic stand setting there. Point to the right bit. So it just screws into a universal mic stand. It is absolutely fantastic. Now, it was amazing when I first had it, and this one I've had about 9 years ago, if not more. Thanks to my first video guru, lovely guy called Ben Brophy, still about, still see him. And yeah, now it's been taken over by Logitech, and Logitech do these things, and they just make things better. How can you make the Blue Yeti better? Well, now we've got this G Hub, and we can go in and we've got sounds we can play with. We can actually control and make ourselves sound even more professional than we already do. Mess around with the tonality and the equalizing, but also you can have great fun by changing up to having crazy voices, aliens, robot DJs, all sorts. So, but just remember, if you're doing that, do remember to put it back to normal again afterwards. There was a time a few months back when Stephen said to me, Nick, you're sounding like an alien. So I'd totally forgotten to switch it all over. But that is it. That's the Blue Yeti. It's in the carousel, $84.99. So that's 35% off. So go pop it in your shopping cart and come back to that later once we've finished the quiz. So that is it. And so we go back to question 3, Steve.
Right. Yeah, we do. And you didn't catch me out that time. I knew you were going to. You see, I was listening.
I see you out the corner of my eye.
Right. Now yeah, just a point. This morning when I was testing microphones, I did notice that the Blue Yeti was still out slightly, and the resolution was to actually plug it directly into the PC or Mac. Yeah. Okay. Over to the question. I'm just saying. Yeah. I don't know. It might have been a software update that's caused my mic and your mic to go weird. As well as. All right. Okay. Anyway, we'll stay with this. The Sting. Was it by Francis Ford Coppola, who's got to come up at some point, Woody Allen, Martin Scorsese, or George Roy Hill? I know the answer.
Hallelujah.
I'm going to go with George Roy Hill.
Oh, great work, Stephen.
Good. We've scored.
Fantastic. Okay. Oh, we might. I don't want to count my chickens, but we might get 2 on the bounce here. Question 4. Who directed this movie in the 70s? In the 70s, good grief. Alien. Was it Sidney Lumet, Ridley Scott, Steven Spielberg, or Roman Polanski? That is Alien. Do you remember it? What's it? No one can hear you scream in space. Was that the one? I can't remember. But anyway, while you ponder that, Stephen, what have we got in the carousel?
Right. Okay. Well, in the carousel next. That fell on the floor, didn't it? Let's go here. Right. Okay. The office is dropping to bits today. I'm dropping to bits. But we're going to carry on regardless, because this is live video. And if you get a problem, just work through it. Down in the carousel at the moment, at a discount of 38%, is the DJI OM5 gimbal. Now, during the week, I'm live everywhere, as Nick knows, and I'm using my desktop PC and I'm using cameras. But at the weekend, I go out and I shoot video with my mobile phone. Now, this is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is down in the carousel, but it's not what we're talking about. The thing about shooting video on a mobile phone is the 2 things which are a problem. One, with your mobile phone, as you walk, your phone goes up and down. The resulting video from that is shaky. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra has a built-in stabilizer which overcomes that. But the other thing is that if you're shooting with your camera and holding it in your hand, you're afraid of something. You're afraid of actually dropping it, just like that. And it happens in an instant, and it's an accident. And when accidents happen, and they happen to an expensive mobile phone, you can be annoyed. The way around that is to get rid of both problems at the same time and use one of these. This is the DJI OM5 gimbal. The M6 is out as well. If you click the link, you'll find out more about both the 5 and the 6. And basically what you have is that's the gimbal. You then have, all this is provided as part of the kit. The next thing you have is you have a clamp. Now, there is a magnet there, and there's a magnet there. That's a strong magnet, which it needs to be. But basically what you do is you take your mobile phone, and about halfway down, you attach the clamp. Okay, that's it. So that's ready to go. You then attach the 2 magnets together. Okay, and it takes me a little while to do this, but eventually you get it perfect, well, sort of perfect, but take my word for that. But the thing about the gimbal, because it's easier to demonstrate, if I just use it like this, basically with a gimbal, this gimbal has a selfie stick. So you can actually put your mobile camera up in the air, and if you're at a soccer match, you can video the soccer match above the heads of the audience. Okay, so you get taller. The other thing is that you can shoot to one side, or you can shoot to the other side, and you can shoot at ground level. So rather than just having one fixed camera angle, you can, using the gimbal, have several, and you can put the selfie stick back. There are controls on the gimbal which allow you to pan left and right to zoom in, zoom out, and it makes shooting videos on your mobile phone a joy to do, because you're not worried about anything going wrong as far as the phone falling, because it's got a strong magnet on it, and you can simply get more shots than you can carrying the phone. So that's the gimbal. That's why we should all have one. And I'm going to take myself off full screen now.
That's good. That's good. So question 4. So I've muted myself. Take the leaf out of your book, Stephen. So who directed this movie? I remember seeing this. I was too young to get in the cinema, but I was allowed in. Alien. Was it Sidney Lumet? Was it Ridley Scott, Steven Spielberg, or Roman Polanski? And I believe, Stephen, we might know this one. Is it?
Well, Sigourney was in it.
Yep.
So
did she star and direct it?
No, she was in the original. She was in the second and the third, and
I think all of them.
But the director in this case was a certain Brit,
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're agreed on that. Okay.
Phew.
Good.
Right, come back.
All right. Okay. Who directed this movie? The movie is A Clockwork Orange. Was it Bernardo Bertolucci, William Friedkin, Stanley Kubrick, or Ridley Scott? Whilst we're thinking of that, Nick, could you take something from your carousel and tell us about it?
I will indeed. I'm just scooting through because this is a fairly little quick one. But it just so happens that every now and again you need a little lifesaver. This is the pluggable 7-in-1 USB-C adapter port. Basically, it just allows us to do lots of things that we couldn't do otherwise. So you can't see my little setup here, but I've got a couple of these, and they're plugged in. And one of the things I love about them is that, well, there you go. We have 3 additional USB ports. We often say we've never got enough USB ports because there's only a few in the back of the Mac, and we've got the microphones, we've got cameras plugged into there, we've got lights plugged into there. So we've got microphones plugged in, more a kit than there are USB ports. So it's always good to have one of these. Now this is pretty cool because also we've got a HDMI here as well, so that can be 4K. We can put a 4K monitor in there. That'd be really cool. Also, we have here, we've got SD card slots and micro SD card slots. So we just slide them in, and that's all good. And then here we've got another little power unit as well. So we actually use it as a power, so we can charge things up, and it will be fine. There will be no detriment to whatever it is you're doing. So it won't be any slowing down. It is really good. Now, in the questions in the reviews on Amazon, a couple of people asked, oh, it gets a bit hot. It's like, no, it doesn't get hot. Yes, it might get slightly warm if you're using it, but there's a very good reason. That's because it's made out of metal. And the reason it's made out of metal is metal dissipates heat. So you wouldn't want it to be plastic, because then the heat would actually stay in there and it would get too hot and it might then break. But no, so it's metal for a reason, dissipates heat. So you can have your 4K monitor, you can have all your USBs plugged in, you can have your SD cards and your charging as well. And it's great. And it's in the carousel for $29.95, which is what it does, I think, is a bit of a bargain. Saves me lots of stress and strain. And that was one of the things I was just videoing prior to coming on. So that's why I thought I'd share that with you. And I know that Stephen often laments not having enough USB ports as well. So I know he's got others he uses.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great solution, and it does mean you can use several devices at the same time, where your PC or Mac will let you down. I don't know why manufacturers don't put more ports on.
I know.
Just there's no cost involved, really. I'm sure they could find space. Yeah.
So much space in the back of this Mac.
Yeah. Weird. Okay, so we're on question 5, which means that we're halfway through, and the film is A Clockwork Orange, and the directors could be Bernardo Bertolucci, William Friedkin, Stanley Kubrick, or Ridley Scott.
Now, I've got a confession to make. I've never actually seen this.
You never actually seen A Clockwork Orange?
No, but I feel like it's one that I should have seen.
It is very violent, it has to be said. And it's a certain, yeah.
Hey, Bambi was violent. I didn't like that either.
Yeah, okay, okay. Shall we go with Stanley Kubrick?
I think, yeah, I think so, yes. I seem to remember he made it. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing rather well now after our shaky start. Okay, so who directed this next movie? Papillon. Is that Sidney Lumet, Franklin J. Schaffner, Milos Forman, or Steven Spielberg? Papillon. Never even heard of it. So Stephen told us about it. I won't go look it up now. But
it starred Dustin Hoffman and an island.
Did it?
Off France.
Never heard of it.
Where this is so, it sort of vibrates with what's happening today, and our government self-destructing at 7 o'clock tonight. In France, if you were convicted, you went off to prison. But to make sure that the population were safe, you went off to a prison on a remote island.
A little like the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, and you could be there for years.
Ooh.
And basically, Dustin Hoffman was there for years, and well, the character he played was there for years. Right, okay.
Well, I'm glad. It sounds like you've seen it, Stephen. So it's all up. It's entirely up to you.
It is a brilliant movie. It's got everything. Okay, it's got. Well, it really is a movie to watch. Right, okay. Now, when I'm out and about, I'm going to stay with the mobile video again. This is a brilliant mobile phone. It's down the carousel. It's Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which was last year's flagship. This year, it's on a discount because there is, of course, the S23. It has a good microphone, but the thing is, I took this phone to Stonehenge, as you do, and I was shooting video. And when I got the video back home and I played it back, it was a very windy day. And the only thing I could hear on the video was the wind. My voice, I do a narration wherever we go, my voice just wasn't there. So I'd forgotten something. And the thing that I'd forgotten is this. And it's down in the carousel now. I'm going to put it the right way up so you can see it. It's the PowerDewise 3.5mm jack. And it's the lapel microphone. And lapel microphones go with mobile phones. If you've got a mobile phone, you need a lapel microphone, because this one today is 33% off. Not only is it 33% off, its price is very memorable, because today the price is $33.33. Thank you to whoever set the prices. This is a lapel microphone, and this is the case that it comes in. On the back, it says words can change lives, record them perfectly. And you can with this microphone. Now, the microphone part of this is here. And if I go here, I'll be able to show it close to the camera so you can actually see it. There it is. And that's autofocus at work as well. It's focused on this microphone. It's got an alligator clip or crocodile clip attached to it. And to install the lapel microphone is so simple and so straightforward to do. All you do is go like that. And you have, if I can stand up, you have installed the microphone, which is, wait for it, there. Okay, I've got that in shot too. So that's the installation. The other end of the microphone goes into your mobile phone. Yeah. But if you've got a modern mobile phone, you've got a problem. Because on the bottom of the phone, as you can see, there is, I'm going to put it that way around so you can see, there is no socket to plug in a 3.5mm cable. So what you do is you take the 3.5mm cable and you put it into a Stauchi. Now the Stauchi is down the carousel. That gives you USB-C connection, and you can then plug it into your mobile phone, and the microphone is now cut out the internal microphone, and all the sounds go through the microphone that you're actually wearing. The thing is, what you're actually doing is you're absorbing all the sounds around you. So the first voice that's heard is your voice, not anybody else's voice in the crowd beside you. It's clearly your voice. And the lapel microphone is one of the cheapest ways of actually getting the quality microphone. You can take this microphone, you can plug it into your PC, and it will work, and it will give you a good sound, better than your internal microphone. But in terms of mobile, then this is the best lapel microphone I've found. Nick's got his favorite too, which is sort of a different color. It's not yellow and black, it's purple. Okay, which is a good selling point for anything that's purple is good. So this is down the carousel today. It's 33% off. It's 33.33. It's my preferred lapel microphone, and it simply works out the box. No software is involved. You just need to have a Stauchi to actually connect it to your phone, and then you can record perfectly, as it says on the box. I'm going to take myself off full screen now.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we do love a lapel microphone, I have to say. Here's one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know Stephen's going to know the answer to this one. Who directed this movie, Papillon? It's Sidney Lumet, Franklin J. Schaffner, Milos Forman, or Steven Spielberg?
Well, this was before, I think it's before Spielberg's. Never mind. I'm going to go with Sidney Lumet.
Ah, sounds French.
It does.
I'll go with that. That'll be my guess.
Ah! Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Purely on the fact it was sounded French. So
yeah.
Not okay. Okay. Now, here's a famous film, Taxi Driver. No, it's you now.
It's me. It is me.
Sorry, I'm jumping in. You over egging my part.
Right. Who was the director of Taxi Driver? Was it Robert Altman, Woody Allen, Martin Scorsese, or Steven Spielberg? Whilst we're thinking about that, Nick, what are you going to talk about?
Right. Yeah, I don't know the answer. It's a problem.
Okay, you've got to find something. Improvise.
I'll go find something anyway. Oh no, I just switched off. I'm looking for it in the carousel. It's in there, guys. It's a Tapo Pan Tilt and Zoom security camera. I'm just trying to highlight it in the carousel, but my little fingers, my dainty little pinkies, weren't as dainty as I was wanting them to be, and so I missed it. So here we go, going all the way back. There it is. Because it's got an amazing discount, 26% off. So it is $22.30 for this, and it is actually a fantastic price for a fantastic camera. It's a security camera. To all intents and purposes, that's the main thing for it. So we can mount it anywhere we want. So we can mount it on walls, garage doors, posts, you name it. It comes with a nice little mounting kit as well, so you can do that quite happily. And it will rotate. First thing, it will rotate 360 degrees, so you've got full visual, and then it goes up and down. I believe it's 120 degrees vertical that we can do. It also has two-way audio, so God forbid if you want to speak to someone through it, and there's some ne'er-do-well looking at your gnomes maybe in the garden, and you want to shoo them away, you can do that. But it's also got a fantastic camera, so it shoots in 1080 high definition. Let's get to the crux of it. It also can see 30 foot in the dark. Yes, when it's dark, clicks into infrared and boom, you can see in the dark. Absolutely amazing. Now we can either get it to record on an SD card that we can put in it, or we can get it to record directly to the Tapo cloud, and I think that's like $3 a month. So it's nothing, and it's motion sensitive, so it will sit there quite happily. Motion detected, boom, it will record, and then you can always see what's been going on. Absolutely fantastic, great security. But we also use it for a baby monitor. It's very popular. People are using it for baby monitors while the baby's sleeping. Motion detecting, bang, you can talk to the baby. Fantastic. I use it, and I've got a little video to show you, for kitty cam. Yes, I've got the two kittens. They're growing up faster than I'd like to say, but I'm going to put that in the screen. And here we have a little video I took earlier, so we can control it with an app on our phone. So I recorded my phone screen, so I went into Tapo camera, and there we go. So this was a live feed, and I did the pan and tilt, and I swiveled the camera around, and I can put it full screen as well. But you can see there, that's little Marco and Delia, the pair of them snuggled up on the sofa. And so yeah, so I could tell they were happy. And we've got the microphone, so we can chat to them. We can actually get it to just monitor, and it will rotate around. So that was really neat. Really like that. Oops, wrong one. Let's press the right button. Back to me again. So yeah, so that was it in action, which is what I was been trying to show you for weeks, but not managing it. So that's it. I think I covered everything. Motion detection, night vision up to 30 feet, 1080 high definition, micro SD card, works with Google and the other one. Okay. Yeah, live views, easy setup. Yeah, it's super simple to set up, I have to say. So I've now pressed a wrong button, Stephen, so it might make might take a bit of button pressing to pull us back.
Right, okay,
all done. So now I can take that one off. Perfect.
There we are. Excellent. Okay. Taxi Driver was directed by Robert Altman, Martin Scorsese, Woody Allen, or Steven Spielberg. Thoughts, Nick?
The way I'm going, my initial thought was Mr. Scorsese, but
well, we agree. So that you can't get better than that.
Yay! When you suddenly you start second guessing yourself, and it's like, oh my god. Okay, so who directed this movie? Manhattan.
Yeah.
Was that Woody Allen, Alan Parker, Steven Spielberg, or Don Siegel? So Manhattan.
Okay.
I'm thinking Made in Manhattan, but that's a totally different movie with Jennifer Lopez.
Very funny.
Right. Okay. Very funny. And I don't know who directed that either. But Manhattan, yes. Another movie I've not actually seen.
Right. Whilst we're thinking about that, and we've got to do some hard thinking because it's not a very well-known movie, I'm going to come full screen. Now, I'm fuzzy on her. Let's just see if I can sort out the fuzziness. I moved too fast. That's what it was. And I'm going to sort of switch cameras if I could. Just a minute. This is a technical fault because I'm down to one camera, and if that doesn't work, it's good fun. Am I going to get back into focus?
Yeah, you're a little bit blurry.
I'm a little bit blurry, aren't I? I mean, basically, that's my own fault. I'm going to go there. I've gone blank. You can still hear me, but I've gone blank.
Oh yeah, still hear you.
And that's better.
Ah, perfect.
Okay, if something goes wrong whilst you're live broadcasting, do not panic. There's always a way to correct it. Might not be the most logical way, but all I did was to actually switch cameras then. Right, there are three things that are important in live broadcasting. One is the camera, and you're actually watching Logitech Brio now. Second is the microphone, and you've been listening to today. We've been listening to Elgato Wave 3 and Nick's Blue Yeti and Nick's the Pearl microphone. But the third thing is lighting. And when it comes to cellular broadcasting, there are two types of broadcaster. One is a gamer, I'll run Twitch, and the second is a live broadcaster like myself and Nick, and you need good lighting. And this is the Logitech Litra Glow light by Logitech. And when this came out, I was actually looking for new lighting. I used to have soft boxes, one either side of me, reflecting on the wall. But they were made of fabric, and after 3 or 4 years, the fabric frays, and your partner says, they're looking a bit tatty, aren't they? So go and get yourself a new light. So I did. And this is Logitech Litra Glow light down in the carousel today, 17% off, $49.99. This is the first light that Logitech made. Now, basically, it goes onto the back of your monitor using that shelf. Okay. And just like that. Okay. You can detach the light and put it onto a tripod stand. So you've got two ways: back of the monitor, tripod stand. It's extendable. Okay. And you could possibly hear it then as it went up and down. Okay. And you can bend it forwards. You can bend it sideways. And on the back, if I put this close to the camera, you've got three controls. The on-off button, the brightness and the temperature can all be controlled manually. But this being Logitech, as Nick said, there's a piece of software called Logitech G Hub, and with Logitech G Hub, you've got preset light settings for early in the morning, for lunchtime, for afternoon, for evening. You can even set your own, and this is meant to be used or can be used 24/7. Yeah, so it's safe for gamers, because we know gamers sort of play games for up to 8 hours at a time. So this is a safe light. It will light you. I would be tempted to put it onto a tripod, put it next to you, because it's not a bright light. It's not in your face, but it is an effective light for live streaming, solo live streaming. It's $49.99, 17% off. And I've got two. Nick's got one as well, I think. Is that right?
That's it. Let's take myself off mute. Yes, I've got one. Yes, love it. Okay, so who directed this movie? Manhattan. Was it Woody Allen, Alan Parker, Steven Spielberg, or Don Siegel? Have you ever seen this one, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, who's in it?
I've seen it. The director is a chap called Woody Allen.
Ah.
And it's got all his favourite actresses in it. And it was very well received critically. And so I think we should go with Woody Allen.
Totally then. Well done.
Question 9. Now then, we've got a toss-up here between Star Wars and Star Trek and other Star nuances. Star Wars, was it William Friedkin, Robert Altman, George Lucas, or Steven Spielberg? Nick, whilst we're pondering, would you like to take something from your carousel?
Yes. Oh, now, truth be known, I was going to do the Litra Glow.
Sorry about that.
You beat me.
We're going to have.
That's okay, because I'm going to talk about the camera I'm actually looking at right now, because it's got a cracking discount, 14% off. So this is it's $342.11, and whilst that's a little bit pricey for a webcam, this is so much more than a webcam. This is the Logitech Mevo Start. Now, this is an amazing camera because we can take it anywhere. Yes, it's wireless. We don't need to have it plugged in. We can take it anywhere, and we can live stream using, thank you. We can live stream using either hotspots or our cell phone data, which is brilliant. So we can go where the action is. So we can live stream the local park run, maybe. We could live stream our kids' sports. Right now, nativity plays are aplenty. You can live stream your kids' nativity plays. Fantastic. And we don't just live stream anywhere. We can live stream to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Vimeo, you name it, we can live stream it. But we can also live stream it to websites and anywhere in between, because it's also got RTMP, real-time messaging protocol, and that allows us to live stream anywhere pretty much. So yeah, so that's quite incredible. Now, it also, better tell you about it, it's got a fantastic Sony f2.8 lens. It's got a little processor in, which makes it even better. Got a 6-hour battery life, which should be plenty. And on top of that, we've got a 3mm microphone array on the top as well, so it gives you really good audio. Now, we can also plug it in. I've actually got it plugged in, so it's now a wired webcam for me today. But if I was out and about, I've got a SD card, a 128 gig SD card in the back. That will take a 14-hour recording, so you can record 14 hours. Why is that important? Well, because that's going to record your live stream. So if you're out and about, you can say we're going to be either a hotspot or cell phone data. You're going to be fighting other people for bandwidth. There is a potential that your live stream might not be as clear as it could be all the time, but you've got a bankable 1080 high definition recording right there from the camera. Now, very quickly, because we control all these things from apps in our phone. So I've got the Mevo app running there. So there you go, you can see me. So it's got 100, what is it? I think it's a, I'll have to double check. I think it's 198 diagonal field of view. Basically, that means it's like that. So we've got this big expanse, and then we just press it, and we can just zoom in, zoom out. We can pan, we can tilt, we can just do all sorts with this. We've got full control over all the exposure, the color, the audio. It is just incredible. So it's a fantastic piece of kit, controlled with our, I think one little thing I will show you. I love it like this because you can just add in a little lower third. So when we're out and about, we can always just add in a little lower third, make it even better. So there you go. That is it. That is the Logitech Mevo Start. It's in the carousel, as I said, with a great discount. We can actually now also just with the Mevo software, with the Logitech software, we can also now quite easily add cameras. So you can have multiple cameras running from that app. So you can have your iPad or your cell phone and the Mevo all running as different cameras. You control them all. It is absolutely incredible, and for that price, worth every penny. The software, I think it works out $15 a month if you buy an annual subscription, and that allows you to live stream to all those different places. So there you go.
Right, now then, we've got to go for Star Wars, and the directors could be William Friedkin, Robert Altman, George Lucas, or Steven Spielberg. Shall we say this together?
Yes, George Lucas. Yay.
The final question.
Well, we staged a remarkable comeback. There you go. There you go. Then Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Was this directed by George Lucas, Robert Altman, Steven Spielberg, or Mel Brooks? Actually, it would have been really funny if Mel Brooks had directed it. It would have been a totally different movie.
Yeah, it would indeed. The director sort of chooses direction of the movie, and with him in charge, anything could have happened. Right, okay. Now, you know I like music because I play music when I go out. I've shown you one set of headphones. I'm about to show you a second set of headphones before we answer question 10. I think Nick and I both know the answer. I was looking for, just a minute, just going to my stores. I was looking for a gift for Angelica, and something she wouldn't have expected. And she didn't expect that I would get her these, which are a set of headphones. Ooh. She didn't dream of it, which was good. The thing about these is that they have, first of all, protection at the top. And as far as I'm concerned, that is brilliant because they rest gently on the top of your head. Second thing is you can adjust both sides so you actually get the perfect fit. And for guys, one of them is labeled R and the other one is labeled L. It couldn't get any easier, could it?
Perfect.
Okay. knock something else on the floor. I'm going to tidy up afterwards. Right, so how do they go on? You put the right-hand side on the right side, the left on the left side, and they go like that. Now, the earpieces are actually cushioned as well. And one of the things I've found with headphones over the years, after an hour or so, you get uncomfortable. Not so with these. These are, well, plush, really. I mean, I can wear these, and often do wear these, listening to music for 2 hours at a time, and I can but recommend them. And there's no way that this is going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. So there you are. Now, the thing about these is they're wired, so they've got a 3.5 mil, which you can plug into the Stouchy, making the 4th appearance on our show today. And then you can plug it into your phone, or you can just use the lead and plug it into your computer. The thing is that when you're wearing these, you're actually cutting yourself off from the world, because you can't hear anything. Yeah, if you've got music playing here, then you basically, it's a solo experience. And the thing is, when I got these for Angelica, she loved them, because when she had the headphones on, she couldn't hear me. God, go figure. So I know the same is true. So when I'm wearing these, I can't hear Angelica. Now, as far as the quality of the sound goes, for the price of $41.99, 9% off today, I was blown away by the quality. This has got a really deep bass. Yeah, so you can play rock, you can play Led Zeppelin, you can play Def Leppard in excess, full blast, well, almost full blast. And you can really enjoy the music, get down with the beat. You can even play Fleisch if you wish. Okay, who just got a copyright strike on Facebook for their own music? Go figure. Right, so these headphones, $41.99, they are definitely good value. They're well constructed. They're from One Audio, and it's back to the quiz.
Yay! So, question 10 was, who directed this movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Was it George Lucas, Robert Altman, Steven Spielberg, or Mel Brooks? And I think the world and his dog should know this answer. So I hope we're going to get it right, Steve.
I'm going to go
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, yeah. Okay, so after a rocky start where we got the first 2 wrong,
Cool.
we actually got fine, which is 7. The average score is only 8. So some of those movies must have bamboozled people in the past.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, 1970s, I guess. What can you do?
Right. Let's stop sharing. Come back to.
Cool. Listen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to John, and can't think who else was watching earlier.
Barry Loxton and Sarah Harrell.
That was it. So thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week, last one before Christmas.
Correct.
Stephen?
Yeah, last time this year.
Fantastic. Last one. Oh, of course, because you'll be away. Fantastic. Last one before Christmas. Last one of 2023. If you want to message us, if you're watching this afterwards, put in the comments selection, director or movie, whatever, and we'll do it. So catch Stephen every day while you still can. And we will see you again same time next week, 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK.
Bye.